Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about break-even analysis. First of all, what is break-even analysis? So let's start in the introduction of break-even analysis. Break-even analysis is basically related to profit analysis of any organization. We can say any organization is said to be break-even when revenue is equal to total cost. When the revenue of the organization is equal to the total cost of the organization. That case, we can say the organization is break-even. Basically, the basic objectives of any firm or any organization is just to earn profit. This is the basic objectives of any kinds of organization, and this profit depends on the production cost, output and revenue, and these factors depends on the other activities of the organization and optimize of the profit. So we need proper planning, scheduling and controlling of various activities of the organization. Here I am going to tell you how we can optimize the profit of the organization by some formulation. Here we can define the profit as the difference between the total revenue of the organization and the total production cost. Profit is the total revenue minus total production cost. Here, total production cost is defined as the multiplication of cost per unit and cost per unit produced. The total cost is equal to cost per unit into total unit produced, and the total revenue we can define as the number of unit produced into unit price, and the cost per unit, the formula cost per unit is equal to fixed cost into variable cost. Fixed cost we can say as the cost of related to infrastructural activities, and the variable cost we can say the cost of input material. Basically, all costs are related with the production and distribution of the product, and it is divided into two parts. These two type of cost is fixed cost and variable cost. Fixed cost is generally independent of the production level but decrease with increase of production output. The variable cost is directly related to production output. Here you can see the graph. In the graph, the vertical line is represent to the sales revenue and the horizontal line is represent to the sales quantity of the output. Here all cost starting from zero level. This horizontal line is representing the fixed cost. This is horizontal line because the fixed cost is independent of production level. It is always fixed and it is independent production level, that is why it is represented by the horizontal level. But the variable cost also start from zero, but it is represented by this sloping line, and this variable cost directly related to production output. That is why it is represented by this sloping line. The total cost line is this line is representing total cost line, and it is starting above the fixed cost, and the total cost line the summation of fixed cost and variable cost. This line is representing the total revenue line, and the total revenue line and the total cost line intersect. That point is called the break-even point. Here you can see this point is the break-even point where the total revenue and total cost line is intersecting break-even point. We can say break-even point when the total revenue and the total expenses are equal. We can say the break-even point, the total cost, fixed cost plus variable cost adjust equal to break-even with sales amount, and its point we can also say it is the point where consider no profit or no loss. Break-even chart generally indicating the variation in cost at different level of output like cost line and the revenue line. The break-even chart also help the management in decision making by the graphical representation of cost and revenue of various level of activity, profit and losses, and work out the activity point where there is no profit and no loss.